Good afternoon, everyone. So my name is Jane Yang. I'm a co-founder for AleoBME. I'm also a professor at Biomaterials at Penn State. So what I will be presenting to you today is a very exciting technology that can be used to seal and repair the leaky brain. We call it AleoSeal. So technologies deal with the brain leak, right? CSF is a liquid circulating in the brain and the spinal cord. Once the leak because of damage of dural tissue that protect the CSF, once it's damaged, then huge problem can come. For example, headache, infection, meningitis, and even to death. Now, existing technology cannot seal well on this wet tissue. So what AleoBME is developing is that it's called nature-inspired bioglue called AleoSeal. It combines two strong nature adhesion mechanisms. One, we simulate the English ivy that can corrode on the tree, on the wall tightly, and you can have experience that when you tear them off, you can even break the tree bar. So, and also we also simulate the muscle adhesion mechanism that can stick on the scenes underwater very tightly. We combine these two strategies. It's more like a dual, like a two double insurance can make sure that it's a very strong seal, right? So. And so we work with a very renowned neurosurgeon in Hershey Medical Center. We have done some preclinical animal model to demonstrate our bioglue can seal the leaky brain very well. And the doctor has been using different kind of bioglue, but never get satisfied. He said, this is exactly what we are looking for. Talk about our bioglue. So, and we have set up a very clear path for CE mark approval and FDA approval. We have identified the lead formulation. We are going to do the preclinical animal study, including small animal and big animal. Then we'll also go on with the clinical trial. In 3 years from now, we will get a CE mark approval. This is our plan. In 4 years, we get US FDA approval. But in the meantime, we'll also work on some other application using this kind of bioglue. So with the technology, we can penetrate into a huge bioadhesive surgical cylinder market. That's about $3 billion market. So we can work on the orthopedic surgery or cardiovascular surgery. We can also work on the gastrointestinal surgery. There's so many surgeries need the bioglue, but there's no good ones. And so our team, including myself, I'm serving as a CTO for the company. We have the full-time CEO and the VP. We have 3 scientists and working on the technology. And we have achieved the first milestone in this year. We founded in 2015, but within 2.5 years, we have get our first US FDA 510K approval in January this year. This allows us to penetrate into a huge skin treatment market, about $403 billion. That's what I want to share with you. Thank you, Rick. Thank you.
Should I go ahead? So what are you going to focus on first? I mean, you had the bandage that was on your arm, but also, or is it internal?
For the liquid bandage, for both over-the-counter use and also for the prescription use, but it's already approved. It's ready to license to partner with some companies. But we are focusing on working on the bioglue right now.
The bioglue for internal surgery.
For internal surgery, that's right. Yeah.
And that I assume that has patents associated.
We filed a patent. We also licensed a patent from Penn State.
So it's licensed? Okay.
Yeah, it's licensed, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right.
You seem to have a really good understanding in your materials of your competition, and it seems the way you stand out is that you have strong wet tissue adhesion.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yes.
I was just curious if you had ever heard of a company called Adhesion Biomedical out of Wyomissing.
Well, yeah, there are multiple companies working on the bioadhesives, including the pack-based. For example, one company is called Integral Bioscience. Another one is called Mobilent, or I forgot the last name. So, but anyway, so there are a few companies working on the pack-based bioadhesive, no, fibrin-based bioadhesive. But we have compared to all these existing bioglue. None of them work well in a wet condition.
Okay.
That's the challenge. So yeah.
So that's your main advantage is that part, because there are a lot of companies out there sort of approaching.
The main challenge in this field is that very few companies can really work on the bioglue, can work on wet condition, on wet tissue. For brain surgery, for example, if it is a skull-based surgery, you have to use the endoscope, go through your nasal cavity to poke through the skull base to remove the tumor, for example, pituitary tumor. But there's a pressure build up. There's gravity, so the leakage problems can be very hard to treat. So yeah.
For your first product, you already have the 510K approval.
Yeah.
So if you can strategically help us understand How are you thinking in terms of pricing? What is the strategy as you think with regards to these partnership discussions? And just a big picture commercialization plan.
Sure, sure. We do have a plan to how to approach to the potential partner investors. And we definitely, when we develop the technology, we very care about the cost to make the product. So
Right.
our product is very, very low cost. Just maybe 50 cents to make that 12 milliliter, the liquid bandage. So, and we calculate, even the bottle can be $1, for example. Our product can only cost about $1 to $2. So, and if you look at the liquid bandage in the market, they can sell like $7, $12. So that's only for OTC, but it's for prescription use can be much more expensive. So I think we are well positioned for our price. So yeah.
Excellent. Just if you can touch a little bit more with regards to next steps here. Are you thinking about a clinical study, size of the study, or just in terms of, for it to gain acceptance in the end markets? Doctors are going to kind of ask in terms of, what's the initial studies that you have? So just
are you talking about the BioGlue or liquid bandage?
the product that's got the 510K approved product.
Oh, for that one, because we got 510K, so we were approved for both OTC use and the prescription use. So we can use our liquid bandage for the suture the wound, like close the wound.
Okay.
But for some other skin condition, which is if it's open wound, we need to get different 510K or different product. But for those approved, we can just be ready to use. So, yeah.
So you're in mice right now?
BioGlue or liquid bandage.
I'm more interested actually in the one that does the wet.
So for the wet tissue adhesive, we have done rats, but we are planning to do pig and a human trial. We need money to work on the CE mark approval in 3 years.
And how'd the rats go?
Rat, fantastic, because the doctors, when he looked at the performance, he said, this is exactly what we are looking for. This is the game-changing technology. This is what he said, so,
Okay.
yeah.
Does the glue eventually dissipate?
Yes,
Or-
it's
yeah.
biodegradable
Okay,
materials.
okay.
And have you tested the length of time for it to degrade? Will that,
Yeah, the current formulation degrades about in 6 months for surgery, so, yeah.
Okay.
But we can tune the degradation from chemistry point of view, it's very easy to tune. But the existing formulation, 6 months. Yeah.
and what is the industry standard now? It's
Depends
internal
on,
stitches that,
I think I talked to the surgeon, he said 6 months is perfect, so.
and right now you're competing against just sutures that degrade.
No,
Or
we are
what?
competing with some BioGlue, which is based on PEG, polyethylene glycol. This material, one, the problem is that degrade too quick, absorb too quick. Doctor want the material to stay a little bit longer time to help the tissue to heal, to repair. So we need something more durable than the too fast degradation kind of materials. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. The 5 minutes is up.
Thank you very much.